Hello and welcome to another Rome 2 Unit Spotlight. This week we're examining ranged infantry and cavalry units in detail and looking at some of the rebalancing work we've recently done on them. While there's a huge variety of ranged units across all the factions in Rome 2, there are three basic ranged weapon types: javelins, slings and bows, and the general principle is that each has specific strengths and weaknesses. Generally speaking, bows benefit from a long range and good damage, but have little armour penetration. Slings have the longest range and don't do a great deal of damage, but boast reasonable armour penetration. Slinger troops can also carry a large amount of ammo. Finally, javelins have the shortest range but have a fast rate of fire with good damage and armour penetration. However, their sheer bulk means that javelin men can only carry a very limited amount of ammo. Javelins also have the lowest firing arc of all these weapons. This means they hit fewer enemies but with more projectiles. They're generally more likely to kill, and when firing into the rear of an engaged unit, less likely to engineer friendly fire scenarios. The trade-off for fielding ranged units, of course, is that they're generally weak in melee, and especially vulnerable to cavalry charges. Since patch 7 we've improved the balance between ranged units. Javelins have received a boost to their armour penetration, making them useful against heavier units. Horse archers and some elite foot archers now have access to heavy shot, which gives arrow damage a healthy boost, but with a cost, as it reduces accuracy and range. We've also given all bows some form of armour piercing damage. We've also changed the way some ranged weapons work. For example, units firing from city walls now fire with all ranks, not just the guys at the front. We've also ensured that units which are firing on the move carry on firing at their intended target, and we've increased the smoothness and consistency of ranged unit movement while they're chasing a target. And a final note on the testudo formation. A lot of people found it didn't offer the kind of protection against infantry projectiles you might expect, so we've rethought it somewhat. Now, rather than simply buffing the unit's armour value, testudo brings the unit a much higher block chance, meaning most projectiles will simply ping off the shields. That's it for this unit spotlight. We'll be back with more insights for you soon.